You have to let these dreams have to stay open. I mean, you can realize this dream in 1 year, in 10 years, in 40 years. I don't know. They have to stay always at chasey, and they stay in fire. Yeah, in fire. Dreams.
Yes. It's so lovely to talk to you. You're back in Vienna now, you say, and you had a lovely time in Italy. I think the pictures that I saw on Instagram, is it your farm that you have the olives?
Yes, I mean, it's a normal house, so it's not. I would like to have a farm, but unfortunately, I don't live in Italy, and my mom lives there alone, and so we have just 23 olives trees.
Okay.
And we get 150 kilo olives this year, so about 15 liters olives.
And you have your own olive oil?
Yes, I have on my own.
Oh, wow.
Halved the olives, and I took to the mill, and I look at my olive that it comes in the bottle. That's really fantastic.
Yeah.
It's the first time, because the other years, the years before, I couldn't be there in this time. But fortunately, this year I had just 2 weeks to be there and to do this. Yeah.
This is almost like harvesting for wine, isn't it? Because to have your own olive oil and to think you're going to have,
That's right. I live only with my olive oil, and all the family. So we have this for here.
That's amazing. I think this is wonderful. But it takes 7 years for an olive tree to produce the fruit, isn't it?
I don't know. These are very old, so maybe old like me, something like that. Because I think I think must be about around 50 years old. Trees. I mean, last year was not so productive, but this year was really a good year. Yeah, we are very happy.
Oh, that is so wonderful, and that's a good. I mean, now you are opera singer, and this is a lovely sort of side project that you have, isn't it? To take the focus away from your.
It is very important, because from the last time that we had the interview from Frankfurt through the production of Poulenc, Le Dialogue de Carmelite, I did 3 other projects very important. So without any stop. So I had just end of July 2 weeks off, but then I start again, because I know in August, yes, because just after the Frankfurt I had the Winterize.
Yes.
Winterize project in Golling and Pechspiele Golling near Salzburg, where we did the Winterize with me as a baritone, with accordion, and with a dancer. So it was a very important, for me, a very important project that I choose the people. So we choose each other. It was accordionist, is a friend of mine from Italy, and the dancer is from Warsaw. And you can ask me why accordion? Why accordion?
Yeah.
Because Winterize normally is always played or sang with the piano accompaniment. Accordion. So first of all, I chose the Winterize as Italian singer because my first teacher was Hilde Zadek. that unfortunately she died 2 years ago, and with 101 years old. And she was very important person for me through all my career. And when I studied with her intensively, half hour per day for 2 years, so that was my beginning of singing. So 30 minutes a day for 2 years, every day, except Saturday and Sunday. And in the first year, she told me, Davide, I would like that one day you sing Winterize. It's really a project that you have to sing. As Italian, you have to sing. I said, okay. And it was 91. So I took around 30 years because I know it's a lot of time, but I did my career as an opera singer, and when you sing one production here, one production there, it's difficult to put inside Winterize. I mean, for me it was difficult. So I thought one day I will do this project. And then arrives this pandemic time where everybody was at home, and I said, what I can do. So this pandemic time for me was, I have to say, from one side, terrible as everybody, because we lose all the contract in this period. I mean, now it started, fortunately, but in this period was zero for everybody because the theaters was closed. And but I had the same idea. Yeah, why I don't learn now really seriously Winterize? Yeah. And I did it. And I contact my friend Davide Damiani, the accordionist, that we know each other from 2009 from Bern. We did a production together there, opera production. And then I asked also to Anna Hope, where I knew her from Warsaw. She was a dancer in the Viontelle from Rossini that I sang there 4 years ago. And yes, we did this. We organized this, and we find also the location, Goling, for last year. It was end of July. So this year, yeah, this year, 21. And we had a great success, and now we promote this in Italy and in other lands. So it will come.
But I saw this video that you sent me, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautifully filmed. It's the whole setting, and I mean, accordion, I would never put with such classical singing, you know. Yet it makes it so romantic. That's the sound of the accordion. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I have to tell you. I mean, why accordion? No, I'm not crazy. So I was accordionist. Still, really? When I was 19 years old. No, I was not only dreaming to become conductor. I was not singing, not yet. I mean, till singing came later with 23, 24, 25 years old, when I started really to study singing seriously with 25. But before, I wanted to be always conductor. But in the meantime, conductor, double bassist, as you see, my double bass is here behind me. Yeah. I don't play at the moment, but anyway, it's always a part of my life. And then the accordion is under the piano, the piano that I have here. I play sometimes some Astor Piazzolla like this. So it's a part of my life. They are instruments that I played seriously for many years. Then with 19, 20, I was already conducting some assistants of important conductors. And then I came to Vienna in 90, so 31 years ago, and to decide to be a really conductor, to stay really in a musical city. And then I started also to take lesson as a singer. So because I wanted to know the technique of a singer. But as I told you, I was so productive as a singer that after 2.5 years, with the help of the second teacher, voice teacher, Tamar Rahum from Israel, from Tel Aviv, that she offered me to sing Don Giovanni in Tel Aviv. And I said, sorry, Tamar, thank you very much, but I want to be a conductor. And she said, Ma, you can conduct when you are older or something like this, yeah? And said, okay, why not? So I tried to sing, it was in 93. And so I did 28 years career as a singer until now, and I'm not stopping singing. And so I did, I don't know, 1,000 performances, and I don't know many productions, but anyway, so it's a yeah.
And you just started singing because you just wanted to understand the voice, the technique.
The technique of a singer.
Amazing, yeah.
I told you, when you are in front of singers, you can't not only imagine, or maybe you know some singers, they told you how to, you have to know. Maybe also if you have the chance to stay on the stage, because it's a incredible sensation, yeah, for a singer to stay there, and you are in front of 2,000 people, and they want to have emotions from you. That they want to know the truth of the singing of your art. So this is a really special experience of the life. And also the pandemic time, not only it brought me this Winterize project, but also the conducting project.
Oh, so, I see.
When just before to start the pandemic time, it was the beginning of 2020, January, February, I received a call from a friend of mine from Turkey, from Mersin, Bülent Bezdüz, that is a tenor. And we did 3 years ago Traviata in Malmö together, and we became very, very good friends. I said, Davide, you have to come to Mersin. I don't know, as a singer, as a conductor, I don't know, but you have to come there. I say, where is Mersin? I didn't know where is Mersin. I look at in the map, and I saw, Mersin is near Syria. Wow. Okay, I was a bit scared because I said, opera house is there? Okay. Anyway, one day he called me in January 2020, said, Davide, I want to propose you something crazy. Maybe I'm crazy, but I know maybe it's not interesting for you to come here as a singer, maybe because you want to sing in Europe, but as a conductor, would you come to bring your experience as a singer also, but that you start your career as a conductor in Mersin? Really, because I conducted always in these last 20-25 years, but it was not really just some recording, not things really serious, but in front of the audience. And I wanted always to come back as a conductor, but I never had the chance, because when I wanted to start again to conduct, I received always contracts as a singer. So it was never possible to go back as a conductor, what I wanted always all my life. And then when so the contract were of zero, and I didn't receive any more contract because the theater was closed and pandemic. I received this proposal from my friend Bülent Bezdüz, and I said, why not? I don't have nothing to lose, because I'm here in Vienna, and he started to close everything. And so we decided just before the lockdown, I decided to go there and to listen, to see the orchestra, to see the people in the theater, the atmosphere, the city. Where is the city? Yes, the city is there, very big city, 2 million people. And so it was the first contact with all of these people. So it was very, very important, very nice. And but I mean, the situation went very, very dramatic. So in the lockdown situation, so they closed everything. So I had not to escape from there, but to come back to Vienna in the beginning of March. I came to Vienna, I was here, and then we know what happened till October or the September was dramatic situation. Many people died, so we didn't know what happened. And then Buren told me, Davide, we have a contract for you. You should come to sign the contract because it's not possible in this case in the Turkey government to sign a contract per email. You have to go there personally. And I went there in November, so end of October, and I signed a contract. And it started again my contract, but it was again a lockdown. So it was not possible to start my job. I have to come back to Vienna because it started again a lockdown. Then I waited maybe 1 month, 2 months. No, it was much longer. It was till, I don't know, July or no, June, almost June. So we had, and the theater was closed till September in Mersin because of everything. So they wanted to be sure when they restart that everybody is safe, not that, there is some problems. Also for me, for everybody. So, and then I started there in the middle of September. I started my preparation for a project, for a concert, for the Mersin International Music Festival, where I conducted the Gershwin Rhapsody in Blue with the pianist Ludmil Angelov from Bulgaria, and then from Marques Danzon, and then Bolero of Ravel. And we did this concert on the 30th September, 2021.
Wonderful. I saw the pictures.
It was my debut as a concert conductor.
Yeah, I saw the pictures and it was so lovely, and it was so coincidental because I actually did an interview with Jeffrey Beagle about a Rhapsody in Blue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was so in that time that I saw your picture, so it was so wonderful to see that.
Yeah. And I never thought that one day I will conduct a Rhapsody in Blue because, it's a wonderful piece. I mean, it's an incredible piece, but it's not often here in Vienna. Also, there is special occasion. So I never saw live a concert like this. I heard, but in CD, but never thought one day I will conduct Gershwin, because you have to be in this way, but everything is possible. Everything is possible. Fortunately, I have experience, and so it helped me very much. So I'm very, I think that this debut for me was in the right moment of my life.
Yeah, I think, but I want to ask, how did it feel when you stood in front of the orchestra again? Because you said now that
I feel very well. I feel very well.
Yeah,
I feel very well. I feel very well. Yes, because all this time I worked, fortunately, in the greatest theater, with the greatest orchestra, with very good conductors. Not that. I was, not that I thought, one day I will be in your place as a conductor. I never thought this, because when I sang, I was a singer. I was enough. I was enough concentrate to be a singer. You know, when you are a singer, you need 100% concentration. As when you are a conductor, you need 100% concentration. You can't switch on in one way or the other way. You have to stay concentrated because the orchestra wait from you all your help, yeah, to do the best of the sport.
But if you now have you conducted an opera as well?
Yes, that was the first debut was on the 30th September, and after from the 1st October, I started the rehearsal of La Traviata, always in Mersing, and so it was the second debut was on the 12th October. My second debut as an opera conductor.
Wow.
I can't say what is easier. I can't say. I thought maybe it's easier the opera because the Traviata I know very well. I sang many times the Giorgio Germont, and in the beginning of my life, the beginning of my career. Beginning of my career, I sang also in Salzburg '95. I sang Baron du Fol with Riccardo Muti. And it was also for me very, very important because it was great singers at the time, so Brusone as Giorgio Germont, and till now I remember this sensation that I had in the beginning of my career. And now when I'm in front of the orchestra and in front of the singers, I feel that I don't know, but I can give it's like a circulation of my 28 years experience as a singer. So it became very easy. I don't have to think, oh, now what I tell to the singer. I don't have to think. It's automatically. If the singer doesn't sing because he's tired or I sing with. I sing instead of him. It's not because I want to show that I am a good singer or something. I'm also a singer. No, I'm helping him. Because I understand the situation. It's not something amazing. I do this. That's very, very, very normal for me to be in this case, in this production that we did, and then the second performance will be now in November on the 16th. And so I'm both. I'm a conductor, but I'm also a singer. I open the mouth and I'm already there.
But that's so wonderful that you can do that switch and that you can feel, that's so comfortable that you have so much insight on what's going on the stage, but you also, you have this feeling that you want to be in front of the orchestra.
Yeah. You know, in the beginning, it was like this feeling. I thought always, Dana, it's better to be a conductor when I started, so in the end of 80s, because I'm a bit humble. I'm also now that I prefer that the audience, all these hundreds of people, they are behind me, not in front of me. Because, but to be a singer, you have to stay in front of the audience and to learn that they are not fond of you, but they are a friend of you. They just love to listen to you. And so I learned this, and now as a conductor, it's okay. I mean, I'm happy to be in front of the orchestra or in front of the orchestra or in front of the audience. So it's an experience of the life that I did in both ways.
Were you, when you started singing, were you very nervous on stage in the beginning?
No, in the beginning, maybe not, because in the beginning you don't realize really. You just, you have this talent to sing. And I did, my first role was Don Giovanni, that I sang 140 times, most of them in the beginning of my career. And yeah, I knew very, very well this role, and I was very, very proud to sing this role. You know, so practical from the beginning. I did only all my career. I did only a main role. I did in the beginning, as I told you, in Salzburg with Riccardo Muti in the beginning, 95. I did Du Fall, so it's a small role, but also important. Also important. So I did small role in my career, but they are also very important to be musically prepared, and vocally sometimes also it's very important to be prepared. But it's always sometimes a decision, because they ask you, would you like to do a small role or something like this? And I said, no, I prefer to stay, because you can't jump from small role till big roles. So when I was in the Vienna State Opera from 95 till 99 in the ensemble, I did my debut with the Sharpless, so almost main role in the Butterfly, but I did also Angelotti in Tosca, and I did Harlequin in the Arion of Naxos with the Gruberova, for example. So it was sometimes to do little roles is also important, but just because I was in this situation in ensemble. But if you want to do an important career, you have to stay in one way or the other. So
I see.
Big roles, main roles, or comprimari or neighbor role. How do they say? I mean, it's important one way or the other way, but it's not good to jump in between the main roles and the little roles.
But is it difficult to say no to roles? You know, if it's
No, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. It's very important. I mean, we say in our profession that you do a career with no, not with yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. That's the most important, to know when you have to say no and when you have to say yes. Sometimes I should have to say no. So some production that was maybe too much for me, or not in the right moment, or maybe it was maybe I didn't have enough time to prepare really. But you know, sometimes you don't know really what is the best, and sometimes you have to pay. You pay with tiredness, with I don't know, it's maybe it will be too much, and then you have to fight a lot. But this is also experience. This is also experience. And I'm still here, and I'm singing, still singing, and I don't have any problems with the voice. Even better, I can say I sing better now than 10 years ago.
Really?
Because I'm better. Yeah, I know better what to do, and I have more experience. And I study every day, what many singers don't do anymore. When they arrive in a certain point, they say, I don't need anymore. But anyway, everybody can decide what they want in their life and in their career.
But is this something that you would say advise to a singer that start their career now, that they have to really not just do everything because they might be scared that they don't get enough experience, so that they really from the start decide which roles they would like to take, or that they choose very wisely?
Yeah, that's very important. That's very important. When you do auditions, for example, the people they listen you, they want to see that what you sing is right for now. You know, it's right what you can sing now, not in 2 years, not in 3 years, but now. Because if you have a voice, for example, for Aida as a soprano, and you sing this with 22, 23, okay, you can sing Aida with 22. I heard now in Pesaro a voice, a fantastic voice. She's 22, and she sang recently Butterfly, and but I think it's too early because everybody listen that your voice is for this repertoire, and sometimes they try to catch you and say, oh wow, fantastic, 22, you will do a great career with us, come to, I don't know, big theaters, Florence, and but with 22 you don't have the consistency, the experience, the maturity to start a career. I mean, to rehearse 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 hours, at least 6 hours a day, and there is for 6 days a week. And there is some stage director, they want that you sing all the day. You can't mark. And so to sing an aria is very easy. Everybody can go on the stage, sing 1 aria, 2 aria, 3 arias, but sing all the opera for 6 weeks. 6 weeks and 6 hours a day for 6 days a week, as I did. For example, Macbeth, I did like that, and I came to the premiere. A bit that, but I did it because I had already experience. It was not in the beginning of my career; it was after 15 years of career. But you have to think that it's not only aria. To sing the aria, the production is all the rehearsal, all the request of the conductor, of the stage director, and sometimes they are not with you totally, so they want that you give not 100%, but you give 120, 110%. So if there is a very experienced singer, he knows which limit he has. But a young singer say, no, I do, but then it's too much, and then he will pay. He will pay sometime. I mean, it must be not really dramatic, but sometimes there is problems. Before the premiere, becomes tired, they can't sing in the general rehearsal, and then big tragedy, and then maybe they have to call somebody for the premiere. So the such things, they don't have to happen for a singer, even more if you are a young singer.
Did you have this wisdom when you were younger? Because it seems that you are very much at ease with what you do, and you look at it in this way. Did it come with the experience, or have you always been that wise about your choices?
No, I think that in the last years, in the last years, so in the last months maybe, through this experience as a conductor, I don't know, I can say that these 2 months or months as a conductor now was the most important of my life, but almost, because it was something that I dreamed all my life. So from when I started I decided to become a conductor with 14, 15, 16 years old, when I did the solfeggio, that our teacher of solfeggio told us, you have to do solfeggio like a conductor movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. For example, all the kind of subdivisions, and for this moment I said, wow, nice. And then I was interested in this conducting, and I started to take lessons with 16 in our conservatory in Pesaro. And then, yeah, I did my diploma as a conductor in '92 when I was already in Vienna. Because I said, okay, it's important. As a singer, I don't have a diploma, but as a conductor, I have a diploma.
Yeah.
Because as a singer, it was very fast, everything. So they
Yeah.
gave me they gave me contracts, and I didn't have any time to think to the contract, to the diploma or something like this. I have already a diploma as a composer and as a double bassist. So I have enough documents for the rest of my life. I don't need one.
But you said that you were thinking the last months about this while with the conducting,
Yeah, that was very important. I mean, because maybe it was when I did this career as a singer in these 28 years, maybe it was a kind of frustration that I couldn't realize my dreams as a conductor. Maybe I was not frustrated. I was very happy because I had a possibility to go to the Metropolitan, to the Covent Garden, to Vienna, to many important opera houses. So I was not frustrated. I did very important roles, from Verdi, from Mozart, so I didn't have the really, as a musician, to be frustrated, but maybe a bit that this dream as a conductor, I didn't saw how I can start this career as a conductor, how I can do it. So through the pandemic, I had to expect the pandemic in 2020 to have the chance to restart practically the career as a conductor. And now, when I started the rehearsal for the concert and then for the opera, I released this frustration, this deep frustration as a conductor. And now that I did these very important experiences, I'm happy, I'm free. So I did what I wanted, and now I go through, because I have a contract there in Mersin, year contract as a conductor in the opera house.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So and for that I feel. Yeah, I feel free. I feel so. When I speak now as a singer, I speak from experience. But I can speak also from experience as a conductor. I know it's 1 month, 2 months, but I saw that everything that I had here in my head as a conductor before, and so I can do it. It's not something that is different. What I had in my head. So it was a fantastic experience.
Yeah. Well, I think this is just an example that everything happens at the right time, that you had to be a singer and
that's right.
Yeah.
It's what I tell always to the young singers, for example. They want to run, they want to do, they want to try everything. No, they don't have to stay home and wait, but they have to study every day, to study. I come from a generation, it's not the old generation, but I had the chance to sing, for example, with Pavarotti, with Domingo as a tenor, with Carreras, with all these great singers and conductors, also Multimeta, Shai, and many others. And so I realized that the career is something that you have just to study and to take on the stage your preparation, and then it will be always to grow up always more. And it takes time. It takes really time, because if somebody told me in the beginning when I started my career, do you want to do a great career in 5 years or a great career in 30 years? I would like to do a great career in 30 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not yet finished, and because always there is this quote that say you have to join your way, not only the goal of your life or the goal of your career, is also the enjoyment, the study moments. You know that every day you stay hours and hours to study, and as I studied the score, crazy. I mean, I study from the morning to the evening, and I stand up in the morning with the vision of the scores. I mean, yeah, you have to study even much more. As a singer, is another artwork study. You study more. You have to study by memory is the most important, because if you're memorizing very well, you can have more inside you. So you have to take much more time to study a role, because you have to get this soon as possible inside you, that you can sing freely and very sure that you know perfectly what you're singing. And then you can act when you Rigoletto, you sing Rigoletto, I sing Rigoletto. You have to believe deeply on what you sing, and what you sing is text. It's like, as I'm speaking now, is the same. So I'm speaking, and my hand express what I'm thinking through the text, and the singing is the same. You don't have to sing a phrase and to say, oh, now I do this movement. It's normally the movement that you do, because you feel this, what you're singing. If you don't understand what you are singing, you are not a singer.
Yeah.
You are not a singer, because, I mean, I know sometimes there is some colleagues, I can understand. I mean, if I'm singing Russian, but I will study so much that what I'm singing, I have to know really very well, because I know, first of all, I'm not more than a singer. I'm a musician, and what I'm singing and what I'm reading at the piano, for example, I have to know every comma. That's the most important, because we know what the most important of the music is not only what is written, is what behind is much more of what we see in the score. The score is just a way of the composer, of Verdi, of Puccini, Mozart. But there is much more. There is a life that can't express the life. The life is my life. It's my life. Is so that this is interpretation.
So do you also, when you've sung a role before, do you also go back and study again? Do you find that you sing roles or that you sang 10 years ago and you sing it now? Do you sing it different? Do you think you sing it differently?
Yeah, you know, personally, I don't know really. I think that the first time that you study a role, you study more deeply. And if I sang, for example, Traviata, Giorgio Germone in Japan in 2000, and then I sang Giorgio Germone again after 15 years. No, sorry. I sang many other times, so it's not a good example. I sang in Tel Aviv, Giorgio Germone in 2010, and then in Venice, 2011. So, but anyway, I needed to start to study again so to take time, not to leave just because I know. I mean, Traviata maybe it's not the best example, because we say in Traviata, we say in Italy that we don't need to study Traviata because we know already everybody knows, because we grew up with Traviata, with Rigoletto, the opera of our of our world. I mean, in TV or in every theater there is Traviata, Bohème, and all the time. So anyway, there is other roles. They are more exceptional, like Oedipe by Enesco, for example, that I did in 97 at the Vienna State Opera. I did the second baritone at the time, and it was not so difficult. But then when the director of the festival, Enesco in Bucharest, Johan Orlander, at the time, 2015, asked me to sing Oedipe, so the principal role. And in the first time I said, oh, wow, fantastic, because I said Oedipe by Enesco. I know the opera, I love this role. It's in French, but anyway, I said, it's for me. But then I look at the score, and then I said, wow, it's a lot. And then they said, without no cuts, and so I needed really 4 months and more, maybe 4 months, to study this role, because it's the biggest role that I never sang, so I ever sang. And I needed really to study deeply 4 months, only that. And after a few months, I left this role, and then I come back to Bucharest to sing again, and I had to study again for 2-3 weeks again, because you can't say, I know this role. You can sing a role in the superficiality. So you have to have deep inside. You control. You have to have the control of your role, because if you don't have this, the conductor, they can't work with you. They can't have contact with you. They can't have connection with you, because sometimes there is singers, they say, sorry, maestro, I learned like this, I can't change anything. What mean this? It's crazy. It's crazy, this. I mean, it's sad.
But if you say you study the role, do you do it all by yourself? Do you have to have a pianist with you, or do you play yourself? How do you do that?
No, I need in the beginning I need support from the pianist, because it's without a pianist it's boring for me to stay home alone. I like to socializing and to it's going better, and so I like very much to be with my pianist here in Vienna or in Salzburg, or where I'm finding. And I work with the pianist, and not because I don't know the notes. I know everything, but I prefer to have this feedback also from the beginning with the pianist.
And do you work also always with the same pianist?
No, differently, because sometimes I have a period. I have, for example, I'm in Vienna for 1 month. I have to look which pianist is here, or maybe if I have to study something in French, I need a French pianist, or in German, I need a German pianist.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So German, that he speaks as a mother German.
That's so interesting now. But you are so dedicated and passionate about what you do, and even if I speak to you about you talk about the accordion, and you seem to everything that you do so passionately. That's most important for me. And as I told you, sometimes when I see young singers or young musicians, they are already demotivated. They don't know, maybe they would like to win already competitions or something like this. I try to
stay there and study, you will see it will be one day also a chance for you. You don't have to wait. That's the most important. You have to trust you, because trust is the most important for a singer, for a musician, for a conductor, for everybody. Trust that it will happen. It will happen what you have here inside. I mean, you have to have an idea. If you have an idea, it will happen. So and I'm happy because what I had in my dreams, in my head, slowly it comes. I think one of the most important quality that I have, I don't want to say, but is a patience, to be patient in my life.
Also that you have the dreams and that you believe that they, that you believe in your dreams and that they came true. I think that is so important, that we have dreams and that they do come true when we believe in them.
Yeah. You have, I mean, if you say, I mean, you don't have to put you have to let these dreams to stay open. I mean, you can realize this dream in 1 year, in 10 years, in 40 years. I don't know. They have to stay always accesi, and they stay in fire. In fire. Dreams.
Yes.
You don't have to blow.
Believe that.
Because it is very important. If you say, oh, no, I give up with my dreams, I give up with my life, I mean, if you stop everything, then it's not possible. But everything in love, in the career, in the life, the dreams are the most important, are our way. Without dreams, I mean, I would like not really to live. Without dreams, possible to live. And so for that, when I see young singers, although not only young singers, also colleagues, they're the same age like me, they see a bit dark the life because of COVID, because of lockdown, and because of the career goes down of different reasons. I try to encourage, to give my enthusiasm. I don't know why, but I have this enthusiasm.
You have,
yeah. I not only I believe in the life. I believe in the chance of the life. I believe that it will happen. That one day I'm in the right position, in the right moment, in the right city, in the right position to receive something new.
Oh, I totally believe that as well. It's so wonderful. But you have that wonderful energy. It's always so good. It's so lovely to talk to you. And but what do you do, Davide, to relax? Because you work so hard as well. You're so busy with many things. Do you have time to relax?
Normally relax for me was to eat a good food, for example, to go out for a good pizza, or to have a good meal. And to be in Italy, I'm anyway more relaxed when I'm in Italy. Here I'm working more. I mean, but now as I told you last time, I go forward with my transformation diet. You know. So I change it really. So when I relax, I want to relax. I don't think about food or something like this, or do drinks. Not at it's not the moment. I will eat, but not anymore before. No, what I'm doing is I do meditation. More times in a day. more times in a day. And I go in the fitness regularly when I'm in Vienna, more also immersing. I go regularly 2-3 times a week for sure. And here in Vienna, I take, for example, I love boxing.
Really?
And I do some, yes, I do boxing because it's a concentration, and yeah, you are not concentrate, you receive a punch in your nose, and then you will learn. So, I mean, in life,
what? I would never have thought that you did boxing.
yeah. I do this from 3-4 years ago. I mean, in summer I play golf. But in winter it's impossible to play golf.
Yeah.
So I do this also for my transformation is much important boxing, because I lose much more toxin, and I stay more in shape. Also for the breath, as a singer, it helps a lot.
Oh, okay.
So you have to find always new thing for a challenge.
Yeah.
I don't like, not at the time bored, but I like to find always a challenge in the life. It's never too late to find your challenge. I mean, everybody says that, but I say this because I believe in this. I go also in summer with a motorcycle. I love to go with a motorcycle because I have a tradition in the family, and I love. I mean, when I was 16, I went with a motorcycle. Then I became a singer. A singer. I thought it was wrong, but a singer has to be careful with the voice, to motorcycle, and then when I came to Vienna, I couldn't take, so I took a piano, but not a motorcycle. So motorcycle stays in Italy. And then a few years ago, I started, 3, 4, 5 years, 3, 4, 5 times in the year, I take a motorcycle, and I go for a weekend round. Yeah, I love this. I love this.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I have this from when I was a children. I love the motorcycle, and I have a cousin, a second grade, but Valentino Rossi is my second grade cousin, and he really even more this enthusiasm for motorcycles.
Oh, I see.
That we have in my little town, Tavuglia, in Italy, where I was born, and where I am when I go to Italy, and where there are the 23 olive trees.
Oh, that's so great! If you can go, so you really go home if you go to Italy.
Yeah. I have to go with more frequency because my mom, she's old, and I want to stay more than possible near her. And but it's also a possibility to stay there and to rest a bit.
Yeah.
To rest a bit. Yeah.
But Davide, you have to tell me that you do still eat pizza, don't you?
The frequency now with the pizza is 1 time in a month.
Oh, okay.
Not more time in a month. Before, I eat pizza 1-2 times a week because I love pizza, really good pizza. I mean, on the best pizza in Vienna or where I am, I find always the best pizza. Even in Japan or in Korea, you find always a place with the best pizza. But now I can't because it's a general transformation, and I'm very happy from what I'm doing for me. Yeah. So but when I decide to eat a pizza, I enjoy very much.
You enjoy it, yeah, but I think it's also that the health, it's important to stay healthy, and I think it's also more energy and all of that, and there's always yeah, there's always other things that come with it, you know, that brings joy, that it's not just, like you say, not just
Yeah,
about the food. Yeah,
no, I know,
yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah. But Davide, thank you so much for your time. I know you're so busy, but it's always so lovely to talk to you. And I hope one day
my
we
pleasure.
can see each other in real again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when you're back in Vienna, and yeah, and all the best with your conducting and what you are doing. And it's so inspirational to always see you, and I always follow you on Instagram, see what you're doing.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
we keep in touch. We keep in
yeah.
touch. Thank you, Petra. Thank you,
Thank you,
Petra. It was a
Davide.
pleasure.
Have a lovely
Thank you.
evening. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.